Okay, so we're gonna wrap up some more flakes for the Riot stack. We hit a milestone, which is that Riot now has, let's go, a Nix Flake. And so if you want to use Riot and you're a Nix user, the Nix Flake's there. You just point it to the GitHub. You're good. You're all good. So we hit that, which means next important milestone that I know a few people are waiting for is we can actually get the pull request open today to add a Nix Flake to Mint T. And this will make using Mint T quite a bit simpler. Now, Riot did finally make it into OPAM recently, but I don't think Mint T is in OPAM yet. I don't know. I don't think there's any other pins that you actually have to do anymore to use Mint T, but it's been a while since I've actually done it. But either way, I don't care because I'm going to make a Nix Flake for it anyway. So that's what we're going to finish out today. Is we have our Riot Flakes merged, and now we have our Mint T Flakes to finish. After that, we have all the Surrey framework flakes to actually write. We haven't wrote them at all. And then we have OCaml flakes, which there's a few of those. I might just start with the actual, I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. But we'll at least finish up Mint T today. Probably get into Surrey. Probably not finish Surrey. But I estimate that we have about one stream left to finish out getting Nix Flakes built for every single project in the Riot stack, which is pretty cool. So let's take a look at where we're at. Of course, I have Slack notifications right now. Perfect. Let me just make sure. Okay. Not work. We're all good. Sweet. So we're here, and one of these should say Mint T. I have a Nix branch for this now. Do I have a commit on that branch? I do. So let's go ahead and undo that commit, and we'll go from there. I should already have this open. Yeah. Nope, not what I meant to do. Here we go. And not what I meant to do. Why can't I hit V? Ugh, I know how to type, pretty sure. GitHub. I already forgot where this is. Is it Riot ML? let's just look here. It's hard to keep track of all the orgs. Riot ML Riot. Okay, this looks good. We don't have any more local dependencies for Mint T, so we should be able to go through and build it. So if I remember our build order, it goes spices, Mint T, then leaves. Okay. Next build spices shouldn't really have any changes. I did notice when I was messing, I was getting a couple of these PRs open over the weekend, like the actual Riot PR and a couple other ones. The latest version of Nix packages, it seems like, so something in OCaml packages changed, which is really annoying. And somebody screwed something up because I then had conflicting versions for packages that I didn't even build. So that was disappointing. So hopefully we won't have to. It took a while for me to figure out how to fix that one. Whoops, I meant to build default. Let's build default first. And that kind of comes down to, like, if you're going to do a Nix Flake update, you don't necessarily care about the latest Nix packages because you just did it recently. I could have just done a Nix Flake update specifying the actual input name. So, like, for instance, if I just wanted to update Riot in this flake, I could do Nix Flake update Riot. Nope, it wasn't. It wasn't my fault. But I mean, the nice thing about Nix is, like, yeah, there was a build problem. I just went back to the last version of Nix packages and everything was fine. I didn't have to worry about it. It was just first time I'd had to actually deal with that error. So it took me a little bit to figure it out. Okay. So let's start looking at what we have for Surrey while we're waiting for that to build. We did finish MLX. Yeah. So MLX is done. We just have Atacama, Blink, Nomad, and Trail. We still going? Yes. Okay. So let's look at our list again. I'm glad I wrote this out. First, we have to do Atacama. Open the PR for that. But what I'll probably try to do is get all these flakes written today at least. And then once Atacama's merged, we'll just update the, the source URL. That's the idea anyway. Okay. Should be done in a second. So let's go ahead and just start by taking a look at the Atacama Dune project. Okay, looks pretty good. I think a good example of this would probably be, I think, libcs. I'll copy that one over. So cd into Atacama. Libc flake.nix. And let's see what our git ignore looks like here. Okay. And I'm pretty sure that libc's git ignore would be fine. Yep. Looks good. Okay, cool. Mint T built. Let's see about leaves. And then we can start on our Atacama flake. Let's go ahead and get a horizontal split going. And go from here. Just been grabbing the descriptions from GitHub, so that's one of the main reasons we're going this way. Let's fork it while we're here. And put this there. Not perfect, but that's okay. Riot ML. And what else did it have? TTY, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, it's not here yet. So we can change this to Riot. This to TTY. What else do we need? ODoc. No, it's not TTY, it's telemetry. Okay. I don't remember where telemetry lives. It lives on Leostera. Okay. And we need the MDX thing, which means we're going to have to copy that from somewhere that has it. I know Riot does, so we should be able to just open that. Okay, looks good. We just need this to change to add a camo. And this needs to be okay. Why did I mess that up? Okay, weird. Looks good. Add a camo. We don't need telemetry open. And add a camo is at 004. Okay, let's see if our Minty stuff's done. Yay, it all worked. Awesome. So then let's do this. Add Nix Flake. Get push fork. And open that PR. There we go. This looks fine. Let's make sure we didn't make any stupid mistakes. This looks okay. This adds a Nix Flake for Minty and for Minty and leaves. It currently is not configured to use local changes to spices in the build of leaves. We can probably figure this out in the future if needed. I wasn't able to figure it out. That's okay. I tried some different things over the weekend and they didn't work. It's good enough for now. Hey, Inkers, yeah. Just open the PR for Mint Tea. So, you know, once that's merged, should be able to just use Nix, grab Mint Tea into your project. Pretty cool. Okay, so then that was Mint Tea. So let's update our complicated project management solution here. Flake done, PR open, PR open. Okay. All right, good deal. And then we can get back to our OCaml flake. I think this actually should just work. We have Riot, we have telemetry, we have ODoc, we have MDX. Nothing else looks important. Okay. I think that looks good. Let's try building it. You guys know what's up. You guys know what I did. Okay, okay. What? Did I forget something? Oh, I don't have with OCaml packages here. That's funny. OCaml packages. I can't remember if that's how we have it. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Yeah, we got Riot merged over the weekend. So now we can open the one for Mentee. And that whole dependency tree is done, at least. Mentee apps are good to go with Nix. So that's pretty cool. We're going to try to get all the flakes written for Surrey today. All the Surrey framework packages. And then all that's left is Saturday. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, let's go into a different project. I think Trail is next. And we can just grab OCaml flake. Nice try. And let's see what this get ignore looks like. Looks fine. So we can also grab OCaml get ignore. Okay. Still thinking about it. That's fine. Let's work on Trail. Nice try. Trail. Dune project. Does anyone know if opam Dune has a lock file? It's a good question. I'm forgetting. But we should be able to find out pretty quick. Because this one I didn't do with Nix. Looks like there's a .lock in build. So I'm guessing that's what that is. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. I know a little bit of how opam works is opam works similar to kind of like Haskell's stack, which is it takes like a set of packages, right, that it knows it's all going to work together, and that's like the packages it grabs. So I know that's kind of the case, but it doesn't appear like there's actually a lock file. So if you specify a different version than like the default version, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it actually creates a lock. I kind of thought that it did, but apparently it does not. You need to call opam lock. Interesting. Okay. I mean, we can do that real quick for funsies, right? Right. This one finished. Let's see. Mentee tutorial. Oh yeah, I don't have opam on my actual system. Well, I do. Yeah, we'll commit. We'll commit to this. Just for you, anchors. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure it's in here. No, I mean, I'm curious. That's really the reason I'm doing it. I really thought I had it in local bin opam. Did I delete it one time on accident? Did I not put it in user local bin? I thought that's where I put it. Is it just in user/bin? Nope. Oh dear. Did I uninstall opam on accident? I wouldn't put it past myself. Interesting. I'm just gonna try. It should actually be here. Like this. No such file or directory. Oh dear. I did do something wrong. That's hilarious. Who knows what I did? I mean, in general, I shouldn't need OPAM, but I was having it because I haven't written Nix Flakes for everything. So what I probably did is one time, because I've been doing this thing, because if you have OPAM installed globally, it, at least for me, it kept messing up my Nix builds with OCaml. And so I kept doing this thing of like moving OPAM with a dot back and back again. But obviously I mistyped at some point, and so who knows what I named OPAM. Let's see. Grep back. No idea. No idea what I did. Hilarious. Whatever. I've done worse things. Okay. So where do we get? Cannot link blah blah to blah blah. Some substitutes for outputs of derivation. Oh yeah. Interesting. Try fallback to build derivation from source. Okay, this is the first time I've seen this one. This might be because it's using a newer version of Nix store than I want it to. And I mean Nix packages, and I had some issues. Oh, this is where follows might actually be good. Let's try follows. I have this in the Riot Flake. This would be an interesting way of solving this. Interesting to me anyway. No, wrong one. Add a comma Flake. Let's see. So I want input dot Riot. I don't know where a reasonable place to put that is, but sure, we'll just put it here and see what happens. Nice. Did exactly what I thought it did. All right, we'll see if this builds now. That'll be interesting. All right, let's try to get trail going. Fork, Suriatakima. Hey Pruts, what's up? How you doing? And let's open up trail. Let's see where we're at on Atacama build. It's still thinking about it. So let's just do this. And we'll fork and fork. Okay, don't need that one open. Let's go into the trail flake. And let's see what trail actually uses. All sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. All right, what do we use actually in the Riot stack? It looks like we just use Atacama and Riot. Okay. I'm a little confused because I just specified Atacama version 4, and this uses at greater than or equal to Atacama version 5. I guess that's because there was an actual tagged release. It looks like trail, since there's no tagged release, at least for Leo, I can at least depend on that a little bit. Looks like we're still on 001. Well, might help if I didn't replace it with the exact same number. Okay, so this uses Atacama and Riot, so let's just make this into telemetry Atacama. And this is part of Surrey framework. Okay. Oh yeah, but it's not actually there yet. I forgot. So we will comment this out and put it our local path of users me OSS Surrey / OCaml. Okay. Now let's check on our OCaml build. No! This is the same problem I had last time, but it shouldn't be happening. Fuck. Okay. It's grabbing this from byte string. Okay. Huh. This is disappointing. Okay. So my best guess is that somebody screwed up and basically it's using different embracing Nix. That's the plan. Jumping into the actor model now. I don't know. I don't know about that. But yeah. I'm trying to use Nix at least for OCaml at the very least. And for my local system. Okay, so this is the issue I hit this last weekend, and I thought I could get around it by using this updated, like following the Nix packages from Riot. But it looks like that wasn't enough, unfortunately. So what's weird about this error is when this has happened in the past, these were packages that I had built. And it was typically that I had different versions of packages I had built in the dependency tree. And they wanted those versions to match, right? They wanted the same hash, et cetera, basically the same location in the Nix store, right? The same definition. And how I would usually find these is I could do a Nix store query and I could do roots, I believe. And then I would go here and we would just copy the Nix store path and it would give me this list. And you see, this is being used everywhere. That's not weird at all. This is fine. But then what got confusing is when I did the same thing for the second path of Nix store. Oh no, you are right. Oh, Prutz. Sometimes I'm so removed from what I'm doing that I forget what you're talking about. Yeah, obviously Riot uses the actor model, you know, because it is kind of like Elixir style concurrency, right? Or Erlang style, whatever. Beam style concurrency. But I couldn't connect that because I'm just like thinking about Nix right now. I'm not even thinking about Riot per se. It's funny. Good times. Okay. Drawback of Nix is having to know in detail both Nix and whatever build system. Yeah, I mean, ideally those details are somewhat abstracted away from you, but it does kind of happen. Yes. Hey, Shbeen, what's up? Like, the more you know about your The more you know about your build system, the easier it is to use Nix. I will say that. Lester Cab, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay. So typically when this error would come up, I would see results in this roots query for both things in Nix store. But in this case, that's not happening. Now, there's a couple possibilities in my head for how this could happen. And one is that perhaps what's happening is this is the only flake so far that is then using this particular thing in the Nix store. Because I tried just deleting the one that had no roots, and it deletes fine because there's nothing using it. But then this error just comes back up. The only way I was able to fix it last time is by reverting what Nix packages was pointing to. But what sucks right now is that should already be happening because of this right here. Like, because I'm doing Nix packages follows. So yeah, I'm a little annoyed about that. TBH. Because I'm not exactly sure what the right way to solve this is. Last time it was easy because it was like this one thing, but like this doesn't feel like the exact same thing to me. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Whoops. Okay. No, not what I meant to do. Okay. This doesn't matter. There we go. Okay. Now I'm back to where I was. So yeah, I'm a little annoyed right now because the lock file should have not let this happen in my head, but apparently it did. And as far as my skills, my current skill level at reading these, usually it's like when it says builder for byte string, that means it's like the byte string lock file that I would then go look at. So the lock file for Riot is pretty big, but we can take a look at it. Riot Nix Flake.log. Yeah. So if we look in here, we can probably find this one, right? Oh yeah, I forgot that doesn't work. Let's just do 90F. There it is. So here's Nix packages here. Nix packages 10. Very exciting. And it says Nix packages 14. That looks fine. And that is the latest version of Nix packages that's in here. At least I'm pretty darn sure it is. Okay, so they also have those hashes. I wonder if that is at all the same. Let's see. 90F3. I don't. So I guess sometimes like I just don't know where to go with this error. I think that's the problem I'm having. I mean, how I think this would probably be solved is having to do flake updates to everything in the dependency tree, but that's really stupid. I shouldn't have to do that. And since findlib isn't an actual dependency anywhere, like directly, I don't exactly know how to do that. I think it might be similar to what we have to do with MDX here, where we do mdx.override inherit logs. But my problem is that I think findlib is actually inheritance of Dune. And I'm not even like putting Dune in here. So then I think what I would have to do, and I could be wrong, but is I'd have to do like native build inputs equals, let's just try this. We'll just try this. And we say Dune dot override inherit findlib. Let's just see what happens if we run this. It hates me. That's what happens. I think I did that right. There was another thing that had native build inputs. Was it in Riot? I think it was in Riot. Nope. Where was that? MLX maybe? It was MLX. That's what it was. MLX Flake. It was pretty, yeah, right here. Yeah, and that worked fine. Okay. So maybe it was just that I was missing that semicolon there, and that's why I was mad about it. Okay. Fun Boosterple. Thanks for the follow. Hey, how's it going? Switch testing. Let's go. Yeah, we can do that. Give me a second. Okay, source not available. Native build inputs. Undefined variable Dune. Okay, so obviously it's not where that was supposed to come from. All right. This might actually be a blocker for me. I might not know how to get around this. I might have to post this. Let me just post this in a couple Discords. I'm actually going to tag Antonio because he said he would help me. And just say having an issue just recently with latest Nix packages with findlib dependencies, but not actually depending on findlib directly, and not sure how to fix this. The first store location has plenty of roots, but the second has none. Just wondering if you've run into this recently. Okay. Awesome. Got that submitted. Yeah, let me get the switch tester. I think maybe here. Switch test. There we go. So if you want to take a look at this, this is our switch tester. And you can choose any color of these 28 switches. What color do you want, Fun Boost Sturple? If you're still there. Speed pink. All right, let's do it. We'll switch to zoomed cube. You'll see my extremely clean desk. And how about we put a nice pastel pink keycap on there. All right. Move the mouse. So here's our switch tester. Let me pause the music so we can actually hear what's happening. Wrong one. There we go. Here's our speed pink. It's pretty clicky. Little clicky. Okay, we'll put a cap on it. Put it on the table here. It's nice. I'm trying to compare it. Yeah, it's pretty similar to a white, I would say. Pretty similar to a white. Let's put a white on this. Let's see. Let's do the V2 white. That's been my favorite white on here. It's a little lighter, actually. I guess because of the speed switch. The actuation force is easier. It's got a nice feel to it. I don't know. They're pretty nice. I wouldn't hate it. Speed pink, not bad. Not bad. Thanks for playing. Hope that was satisfactory. Gotta love the speed, the switch tests. All right. Let's see. Need my mouse back. All right, let's see. Any responses yet? No, doesn't look like it. All right, so I have no idea how to fix this. I wouldn't have this problem in a brand new. I guess that's what my question is. What am I going to have a problem in a brand new repo with this happening? Let's try that real quick. Hey, Siren, what's up? When will you build Nix Flakes for Gleam? Probably never, unless I got a Gleam job somewhere. No, I mean, I think it's cool. I just, for whatever reason, not particularly interested in it. Okay, so native build inputs definitely didn't do what we wanted to. Let me try. I think I already tried Googling this, and most of the time, Googling is not very helpful for Nix stuff. Okay. Multiple installers in different locations are supported, but these warnings clutter any compilation output. Oh, so maybe these warnings are fine. Like they're good to know about, but it's something that I should actually just tell Nix to not worry about. Huh. Yeah, I'm a little bit like, am I just getting, huh? There's something it says in that error that's like you can set don't detect OCaml conflicts to true. Okay, let's just try that and see what happens. Don't detect OCaml conflicts equals true. We'll see if this is actually the way you're supposed to do this. I mean, maybe the conflicts don't matter. I know, right? Nothing like a negative flag. I hate flags. I know we need them, but it is just like it's really annoying. Of course, we have a stupid amount of feature flags at work. And of course, there's a mix of default trues, default falses, negatives, double negatives. You know, it gets crazy. All right. I think what it really is right now, Siren, is that I already have so many things I'm learning, and I haven't. I was realizing that I think I just need, for my brain's sake, to actually master something. And it's been a while since I've actually mastered something. So you still get failed to build. I'm thinking this might be because the don't detect OCaml conflicts. That's actually fine, but the problem is that I would have to set that locally to the flake that it's on. And maybe that's actually what I want in all these flakes. I don't know. Dependencies of derivation, Riot failed to build. I know that's byte string. Interesting. Okay, let's play around with this for a second. Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna have the same problem even with like the mint tea thing that I literally just did. Um oh yeah, I was gonna test that out real quick. Let's just test that out while we're thinking about it. Let's create a flake for this little project. I mean, it has a Dune project. I actually wonder how the Nix Flake's going to do with this. It might not do very well because I don't have it in an actual like source folder and everything. I would have to then point. I guess I would have to point it to maybe the source of Minty tutorial. Actually, I've never had to do this. Might as well do it real quick. The other, oh, you know what? I think I'm getting too distracted with something else. I have another way we can try this out. It would be hard to rename every flake and mark the current one as deprecated, but sometimes this would be great. Yeah, that makes sense. You wrote a program over the weekend to visualize the database of 4 or more. 4 different services at work. Oh yeah, I'm not surprised. Database visualization is not the easiest thing in the world, I would say. Okay, so let's do this. Instead of here, we're going to point it locally and see if we can get the same error. Trying to get the same error. Be interesting to see what happens here. I wonder if I can actually override here or something. That would be interesting. If I could like override and set don't detect OCaml conflicts to true. There, that would be interesting. Okay, cool. We got the same error, which is actually what I want, because then, you know, reproducing something locally, actually a good thing usually. Basically what this is. And then in byte string, I'm pretty sure this is where I'm going to have to do it. We're just going to try doing the same thing. I already forgot what it is. We'll just try it here. See what happens. Might actually need to Nix build that again on the byte string side, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to type a follow-up. And as a follow-up question to this, how do we feel about don't detect OCaml conflicts equals true in build Dune package? Okay, it's thinking about it. Okay, failed to build. Dependencies of derivation Atacama failed to build. Dependencies of derivation Riot failed to build. Cannot unlink MDX 2.3.1 directory not empty. Interesting. I think this is the problem with don't detect OCaml conflicts. But what's interesting to me is this builder right here is still what created these warnings, even though, and I did set this. Huh. Okay. I guess we can try. Last thing I feel like I'm capable of trying right now is to go into Riot and let's just build byte string. So even though I'm following the Nix packages from Riot, I guess let's just see what happens. I kind of think, yeah, Riot requires byte string. So maybe that's what I need to do, is just make sure that a local build of Riot is still working, even though I'm like quite certain that it is. Exciting stuff. Hey, Nix. I'm dealing with something annoying that just started showing up since the latest version of Nix packages shipped. And I'm trying to figure out a way to get around it. Okay. Let's see what happens when I just build byte string. I think my back's already tired of the chair. What happens when you get old, guys? Okay. Byte string builds. That's good. Let's build Riot itself. See what happens there. Interested to see what the outcome of all of this is. It's building. It's getting there. I'd be really surprised if this didn't work. Okay, so that works fine. And then if I say Nix build here, what's gonna happen? So it still failed to build. I guess what's confusing about this to me is like, why is this failing to build? Like if byte string builds in the directory and Riot builds in the directory, why would this fail as a dependency? And I even tried doing don't detect OCaml conflicts just to see if it made any difference. And so far, it doesn't seem like it actually does make any difference. Now, I could try, I guess, doing an override and inherit or something like that. But if I remember right, I can't actually do that here. Like, I'm pretty sure I've tried something similar to this before, and it was not valid syntax. Like if I say inherit find lib, I'm pretty sure find lib is not even in OCaml packages, so it's not even quite the same thing. But maybe I'm wrong. Am I on OCaml? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Attribute override missing. Interesting. Okay. Well, this might be where I'm at the end of my knowledge on the subject. I was able to get builds of mint tea today just fine, but now that I'm in a new project, that's not working. Interesting. Let's just try Saturday and see if the same thing happens. Why not? Okay, let's just take a look at Saturday's doing project. We have Saturday derive, and Saturday JSON. Okay, so in that case, let's just do any of these depend on Riot? Oh, they don't. They actually just depend on Rio. Okay. This will be interesting. Let's see if it still does the same thing. So actually, let's just copy. Nah, we'll copy mint teas. Flake. Okay. Let's just go into this real quick. Really? Oh. Okay. That looks good. And wrong one. That's what I meant to do. Start the flake. Can delete most of these. We will just actually let's do %s/Riot with Rio. Oh, that is annoying. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. We just have to change this one thing. Okay. So let's see what version we're on for Surday. I'll just call it 1. And what do we have? Surday. So let's change. I guess this is just going to be Surday. Surday derive. And what's the other one? Surday JSON. Okay. Start with Surday. Guess we're going to do this for reasons. Main reason being I can comment this stuff out. Okay, everything's working fine. Okay, stream seemed like it was being off. Oh, that's right. Never mind. Let's see. Let's just do it. Grug-like. Do that. And then we could just worry about the default build. Surday requires Rio. It requires spices. And it requires QCheck. Oh, actually, it's mint tea. Spices. Shouldn't need anything else there. GitHub. Nope, I messed that up. Leostera/Mint. There we go. This looks okay. Might work. Not doing build. Next build. Right. Okay. Let's see if we get the same error on Surday as we do on Atacama. If we do, then I guess we're done for the day until I get an answer on my question about what the hell's going on. Nope, same effing error. And this is builder for Saturday. Okay. Now, this is when before I was like, okay, I should just follow somebody else's Nix packages, basically, right? So I could follow Mint T's Nix packages. I know Mint T's building just fine, so that should work. So then if I do that, like so, let's see if I still have the same error. Almost done. As we know, once it gets to stripping, we're real close. Same error. I mean, more of them, but similar errors. Package sec, package this, package that. And this is on spices. So then it just becomes like, okay, at what... I think there's just some like core context that I'm missing. And me hitting my head against the wall, I don't think is going to fix that core context. Because there shouldn't be a reason that like every single thing that I'm building needs to be on the exact same version of Nix packages exactly. Let me think about that. Working through that in my head. I think that's true. I mean, I should be, maybe it's just an OCaml thing, but like I should be allowed to have multiple versions of packages and it not really matter that much. And it just builds each step with what that step has. But maybe that's just not how it works in my head. I think what's confusing to me, and maybe this is just like a Nix Flakes thing, I don't know. But like, yeah, you don't think that is how it works. Yeah. As in, do you think I should be able to have multiple versions or I shouldn't be able to have multiple versions? I'm guessing you're saying that I probably shouldn't be able to have multiple versions of packages. And that's just the reality of this. I'm just thinking through this. I guess this is my question about Nix. Okay, so I have a Nix Flake built for Riot that's in the Riot repo, and it has a lock file with certain versions of Nix packages, right? And so when I build that locally, it just works fine. And since it has that lock file and everything's reproducible, anytime I build that package, whether it's locally on any other system that is supported by my systems here, it should just work. But then when I'm depending on it as a GitHub source, as a flake source, I should say, that's pointing to that flake on GitHub, is it referencing that lock file to know how to build that? Or is it generating a new lock file and just looking at the flake? Like, does it look at the flake.lock or does it just look at the flake.nix? That's my question. When I reach out to Rio and Mint T here, I would think that it would obey their lock files. And that's why you do things like follows and stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense to me, I guess, that like this builds locally just fine with the lock file. But you would assume it does not follow the lock file, yeah. And I think that's a problem. I don't know. It just feels really annoying that if I'm bringing that in as a dependency, I would expect that to be just like a tested reproducible build. But I don't know the right answer to that. Okay. Well, this was annoying. We did at least get the Mint T thing done. But what I'm concerned about is that somebody comes in, builds a new Mint T project, and then they have this exact same thing happen to them where they start getting all these find lib warnings. And that obviously isn't helpful. So anyway, if you do happen to use that once it's merged, Nix, not Nix, anchors, then let me know if it actually works for you or not. I don't know. Pretty annoyed, but oh well. That's life. Sometimes things don't work out. What if I flake update the local working one? Yeah, so if I flake update the local working one, I start to get the same or similar errors, which would seem to point to your point that it's not actually obeying that lock file. The only thing that makes me think it is obeying that lock file is that I can do things like say follows from Mint T, and it actually brings in this old version of Nix packages from February 29th. So that's where I start to get confused. And is this happening just because somebody screwed up and really this should be a different version? Or is this happening because I just have inherent skill issues? That's my other question. So, yeah, a little weird. And I'm not sure how to solve it yet. And now that I'm like, I have 6 levels of dependency trees with Nix Flakes in them, and they've all worked so far. Now that they're not working, I'm like, is this whole thing just extremely brittle? And it might be. Might be that the way I built this is completely wrong and very brittle. Does the other one have a different Nix packages explicitly? No, not in terms of URL. It does not. But I know that if I didn't use this, the Nix packages that it used would be not this version. That's all I know. It would be a newer version of Nix packages. if I wasn't doing the follows. I mean, I could probably demonstrate such by just doing that. There you go. Updated it to March 9th. So, kind of weird. Oh well. So I'm going to see if I can get some more information on this before my next Nix stream. What I will probably do, Wednesday we'll be back doing some Rust. Friday I'm actually going to do OCaml. Probably not this, unless I have an absolute answer of how I can fix this. But so far, I mean, getting Mint T's flake written and working, which at least right now it's working, hopefully continues to work for other people, was my main goal anyway. And the rest of these are just kind of like, you know, we should build them, but they're not like urgent in my mind. So you believe that is because that is when you initially created the flake, because follows means you're going to follow the input's version of the other input. It is just a way to use the same version of things instead of having different versions of the same input. Yeah, and I get that. But then if I'm using the same version of the same input, I feel like this shouldn't effing happen. I guess that's all I'm saying. And let me remind myself what Rio looks like. Nope. Rio. Pretty sure Rio, yeah, Rio doesn't have any crazy dependencies. Yeah, but to have the same version of things also, like, it would have to look at the lock file. And I don't know. Obviously, there's something I'm missing. But, like, I feel like we should just have a nice reproducible build somewhere. It uses my lock file, like my local one, you mean? Like the one local to the project that I'm currently updating? Then where did it come up with this old version of Nix packages? If it's not looking at that local, if it's not looking at the remote lock file, how did it decide that what I should use is the Nix packages from February instead of the Nix packages from March? There it is. I don't see how that's possible, because that hash of Nix packages, it has a reference to Nix. Yeah, it has a reference to Nix packages. But like, where would it have even found that if it wasn't in Mint T's lock file, is what I'm trying to say. Like if I go into Mint T and I go into the lock file and I search for 153692, it's right there, right? Now, if I go into my lock file, it might be there because it's an input to Mint T. I can't type. I'm really bad at typing numbers, actually. Okay, so it's here. This is Nix packages -lib. And it only has one. Oh, there's Nix packages lib2. And that's 97B. Is that the March one? No, that's February. Okay. Where's March? Where'd March go? Come on, March. Stop screwing around. There it is. No, that's 3030. So let's find 3030. I bet it's in here somewhere. See, like, where does it find all the, there it is, Nix packages 2, right? And then if we looked at Nix packages, I think it was just Nix packages -lib, the original one. Yeah, this one. Well, so these can, I found out these can happen different places. So it's also as 3 and 5. Oh, there's Nix packages lib and Nix packages 2. That's interesting. Maybe. Right, but and then if I go to Nix packages lib, there's one that's an input to flake parts. Or actually, the faster way of doing this is, let's just look at mint t. Right. So mint t is referencing Nix packages 2. Hey, Kinran. Yeah, I hit quite the wall today, and I'm like, the input in your log files are referenced to Nix packages when you first created the flake and pulled in that dep. But I just created the flake today, so why would it use a Nix packages from weeks ago? That's why it doesn't make sense to me. These are brand new flakes that I just created today. That's why that doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, so Kenran, I'm just getting these dumb errors, which just started happening with this March 9th update of Nix packages, which is just like, you know, whatever, multiple definition errors. You're asking on IRC? Okay. Thanks. Either way, let me know whether it's here or in Discord, Inkers. Obviously, I would very much care to know the answer. No, the transitive flakes I referenced don't use the new upgrade. And so what I thought is I could then do something like this, right? Where I just follow the Nix packages from mint t in the new flake that I'm creating. And as far as I understand it, that would take the Nix packages that I have in my mint t and then use that here. But maybe I think I'm missing something very like foundational here. Oh, so this is saying take the Nix packages that's defined in Serde and use that when you try to build mint t. Can I do it the other way? Can I say I want my inputs.nix packages to follow mint t's Nix packages? That's what I really want, honestly. That's what I feel like I want. Maybe that's not actually what I want, but that's what I feel like I want. I mean, maybe if I also update Rio. Let's see what happens if I also update Rio. Nix packages. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm just playing around at this point. Cannot find flake riot. Oh, I did riot instead of Rio. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I knew that, but you know. All right, let's see. as far as I understand it, this should use just the same Nix packages for everything. That's the thing with these kinds of dependencies. And I guess you mean like the transitive dependencies that I'm defining with flakes pointed towards GitHub, right? You either have every transitive flake have its own Nix packages, or you kind of specify the whole depth chain with follows, I feel like, yeah. And that's fine, except that the current version of Nix packages absolutely hates me, which makes me think what I want is to just, I mean, I'm interested to see what if I take this older version of Nix packages that I know is working. There was one that I liked better. It was like March 6th or something, but that's okay. Oh well, I lost it. It doesn't matter right now. Yeah, and so far, I don't know. This is the kind of thing that makes me think I'm not just flakifying, I'm flaking. I'm making it very flaky. I think that was it. Just going to hard code a certain SHA just to see if it gets me out of this. It doesn't. Fuck. Okay. I think I'm too annoyed right now. I think I'm done. Uninstalling Nix. Just kidding. Okay. I'm gonna have to revisit this. I'll probably just hack on it at night or something. Figure out where I've gone wrong in my life to end up at this point. All right, let's just go back to this for now. And we'll see what happens in the future. So this should just get us back to our basic error. Oh, this is weird. Okay, so we went from follows Nix packages to this. Yeah. No, I was just ranting about how I shouldn't uninstall Nix. But it's okay. Now it's even worse than it was before. Oh god. Unbelievable. It's just weird that this hasn't come up until now. And I'm trying to figure out like what changed in Nix packages that would have caused this, because I haven't had any of these things come up until like yesterday with this March 9th Nix packages version. Suddenly broke a bunch of shit for me in my OCaml builds. So I don't know. Kind of weird. Yeah, I could. Okay. I'm gonna come to this later. So yeah, Wednesday we'll be back with Rust, and Friday I'm going to write some actual OCaml. I think we're probably going to start by speed rumming. Wow, with rum. Just kidding. If I could drink, that might be fun. But you know, me and drink doesn't go so well together. Speed running CS 3110, the OCaml something beautiful book, and until then, let's find somebody to raid. Okay, a day with a Japanese girl. That looks like the right thing to raid. Okay. Yeah. No, that's a great sanity check. Is that the sec package hasn't even changed in Nix packages in 3 years. So like what in the actual fuck, guys? What in the actual fuck? All right.